you end up with all these problems with people saying, but I unsubscribed last newsletter. Why are you still sending these to me? Well, yeah, that's because we don't have a system that actually manages that for you. From that, it's then who opens your emails? What products are they looking at? Are they visiting your website? What's the effectiveness of those campaigns you're sending out versus what you're actually, the time you're putting into it? Is it worthwhile doing this, or do we go down another path? That's a big beef I have with social media campaigns too. People are like, oh, we've got to be on social media. We've got to be doing this. We've got to be doing this. I'm like,
hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedelak. Thank you for listening to the show. I would love if you could give us your opinion on how you felt about the show, your experience that you have in regards to what we've been talking about. I am having an absolute blast, but your input is like dynamite on that explosion. So give us your input. We'd love to hear from you. Any questions, comments, concerns? Give us everything you got. We love it. Thanks. I hope you're having an awesome day.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by
success.
Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Sex desire is the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is this desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness of imagination, courage, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession or calling, including, of course, the accumulation of riches. Napoleon Hill.
Hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedelak, and I am super glad that you're here with us today because today I'm jumping in bed with my most amazing guest, Charly. Charly, thank you so much for being here today.
You are most welcome, and don't try to push me out of the bed. I like to be nice and snuggly.
Well, it is 5 a.m. there, so I guess it's breakfast time. We had a good meeting when we wake up and have breakfast together. So,
this is good. Yes.
So give us a kind of high-level view of who you are and what you'd love to do for work.
Well, I'm, I don't know what you call me these days. I'm a digital nomad, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in the IT industry since it was before it was the IT industry. I was there when the first computers rolled out onto some of the desktops in the ANU. I was there rolling them out, fixing problems, working out what the hell all this new computing was about. I hold an associate diploma in electronic engineering and a master's of business admin. So I kind of have a really wide breadth of what I've done throughout my career, from field service, getting out, getting my hands dirty, crawling under floors, crawling through roofs, running cables, climbing ladders to check tap points on Ethernet cables. And for people who are old enough to understand that, I'm sorry, didn't mean to call out ages there, through to contract management, business management, customer relationship management, down to running my own business, which takes everything that I've done across my career and delivers that for my clients' benefits now.
Love it. So what was it about the IT industry that appealed to you the most?
My life, my career has been a series of happy coincidences, I guess you'd say, being in the right time at the right place and making the right decisions. It's not just, I was there and it was happening, so, I'll go and do it. There was conscious decisions made about, this looks really good, I'm going to go and do this for a bit and see where it leads me. From a very young age, I was very technical. My dad, I love him to pieces, but he saw in me that I had this interest. So we'd sit down. He was an electrician who was doing electronics as I became a teenager. So as a young girl, not even a young woman, as a young girl, he would be teaching me all these things, and I'd be making up little electronic circuit boards, and I made my crystal radio and all those things that the geeky people did, except I was a girl doing it. At 13, I got my amateur radio license. So it was kind of natural for me to want to get into that side of things as I was leaving school. And then it was electronics and communication at that point. That's all you could really call it, right? There wasn't anything defined about it. And when the computers rolled out, I went, oh, these look like fun.
Nice.
And they said, we need someone to look after this. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a go. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll give it a go. And that's where that's it in a nutshell.
That's when it shot off. Nice. So when it comes to your clients now, who do you love to serve and support? Who are your favorites? Not that, you necessarily have favorites among them, but
Oh, well, we
Yeah.
all have our preferred client.
Mhm.
We all have our ideal client. My ideal client is the business owner who knows what they want to achieve in business, has probably enough IT knowledge to make them dangerous, but enough IT knowledge to know that they know what they don't know. And they really are looking for someone that they can partner with strategically to get into bed with, to create a lasting long-term relationship, and just hand off parts of the business, know that it's going to get done, know that, I'm not going to screw them over, excuse my French.
Well, hey, it's a little blue pill. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
And just really understand that I'm there to help them, but they don't have to know everything. They just need to be prepared, I guess, to listen to a bit of advice and then act on that advice and make some decisions for themselves. I won't make decisions for them. I will give them options. I will give them some very strong opinions at times, but it's their business and I want them to make that the best decision they want for their business, they can for their business.
Nice. So when it comes to working with them in the tech, is there any particular arena that you specialize in? What kind of things can they shuffle over to you?
A good question. I kind of do a bit of everything. My main focus is doing WordPress websites. And then taking disparate systems and integrating them. That was one of the buzzwords I came up with a little while ago. So someone will come to me and say, oh, I want a website. So I'll generally build that on a WordPress platform. But we'll look at, well, what do you want to do? So you want to do some email marketing. So we need to make sure you've got an email list. You've already got an email list. Who's that with? How do we integrate that with what we're doing? I'm moving more into a CRM focus as well. Zoho CRM is my go-to at the moment. But if someone signs up to a newsletter, let's make sure we get them into the CRM. Let's make sure we've got some automations around what you want to do with that. Follow-ups, put them into a marketing campaign so that when you go to send your newsletter, everything's there. You've got all of the information about that one client in the palm of your hand. I write code, believe it or not. So if I need to, if something's not right, if something's not working, I'm generally the one that will get in and go, it's here, it's in this piece of code here. I can't fix it, but I'll get back to the developer and let the developer know. Or, no, I can fix that, and then let the developer know how I fixed it. That's up to them what they do with that from there. Oh dear, you're asking so many questions. A bit of project management as well. So it's also, it's not just, oh yeah, I'll build this website for you. I'll look at it as a holistic, a whole of life thing. What is it we need to do to make this work? What do I need from you? What do you need to be doing? How do we manage this? And then that rolls down into things like product launches, information. Like they might have something new coming out. It's not a full product launch, but they need to be letting their clients know, or their customer base know. I'll help them roll that out as well. We'll work out what they need.
I love it when you're somewhat preaching to the choir, because we do very similar things and yet different things in that, our the specialty of software might be different, but the whole idea of the importance of integrated data and the things that can go awry when you don't have it. So in your experience, what are things that have gone awry when people don't have integrated systems?
Okay, so it's not just the integrated systems. I'm actually going to go right back to basics on that one. And this is something very, very close to my heart. at the moment because I've been going through it with a couple of clients across the Christmas break. In fact, so much so that I did a video blog about it just before Christmas because it was really killing me. It was really hurting. People don't keep their information together. So when you talk about integrated data, they haven't got somewhere where they gather all of the information about their own business, their domain name, where they're hosted, how they log in, what their usernames and passwords are, making sure that simple things like their domain name is actually in their name and has their email address associated with it. So if something goes wrong and you can't get onto your registrar, or the partner that your registrar is using isn't playing the game, which unfortunately happens more often than people realize, you've got control of that asset. You can actually get it and get hold of it and move it to somewhere else where you can do what you need to do. So that would be my biggest beef with anything, is making sure that all of that information is together. And that's one reason why a CRM is actually really, really handy, because it's not just about your customer data, it's about your own data. You can create your little modules within your CRM and have all of that information stored away. Password managers. Yeah, I think everyone should have a password manager and put that data away, whether they use it to automatically log into things or just have things securely stored in one place. I think that's a given. In terms of integrated data and then moving that on, so yeah, I've got this newsletter list. I've had people signing up to my email and it just comes into my inbox. And then what I do is when I want to send out a newsletter, I find all those emails, we put them into a spreadsheet, we create a CSV, we import them into my email marketing system, and then we send them out. So you don't know who's subscribed, you don't know who's unsubscribed. You end up with all these problems with people saying, but I unsubscribed last night newsletter, why are you still sending these to me? Well, yeah, that's because we don't have a system that actually manages that for you. From that, it's then who opens your emails, what products are they looking at, are they visiting your website, what's the effectiveness of those campaigns you're sending out versus what you're actually, the time you're putting into it. Is it worthwhile doing this, or do we go down another path? That's a big beef I have with social media campaigns too. People are like, oh, we've got to be on social media, we've got to be doing this, we've got to be doing this. I'm like, do we really? Or do you be using this as a way of getting people to come to your website and then use all the tools that we've put together on the website to get this information out to them?
Nice, and love it. And to me, I don't think people really understand the absolute shit show that they create in their tech when it comes to, I just want this done. I just want this done. And they think it's really easy. And I think it's almost like they're looking at tech like it's a TV, and it's like, oh, I just want to turn it on and then the shows pop up, right? And it's like, yeah, kind of doesn't work that way. So.
Well, I mean, that's a really interesting point. And that's actually it's one of the things that I pride myself on, is that a lot of my clients will think, oh, it's really easy because she just gets it done. Which is fantastic.
Right.
And then you're thinking, excuse me. Oh, I shouldn't talk so much. And then you're thinking,
well, our audience likes watching girls swallow, so you're okay.
I'm good at that. Oh no, sorry.
Another conversation, another time. All good.
And then it's the other side of, well, yeah, but you've also got to understand how much work we put in the back end to make it look effortless to you. And that then comes back to me saying that, I want to really work with them at the front end of a project to work out what they're trying to do, so that we have all the information, we have what their objectives are. So when they come back to me, oh, sorry.
No worries. I'll talk over it while you do that and relax, because I know a lot of times, a lot of our, especially the bigger clients, will go, well, I just want to get this information. And then we'll come back and go, oh, okay. So do you want it like for this week? Do you want it for, do you want it delayed? Do you want it to go in the first month? And they're like, well, does it matter? And like, yeah, it totally matters. One, it matters on how we set it up in the first place. And two, how it integrates with other things. And I think they just don't see that. Well, clearly they don't understand the back end of it, and they don't understand the nuances behind the decisions that come from, I want it done this way, to how do we get from now to there?
Look, absolutely. And it's also, you'll be part of the way through a project, and they'll say, oh, it would be really good if, and I hate those words. God, I hate those words, especially in the middle of a project. It would be really good if, yep, that's fine. Let's put that into phase 2. We are focused on getting phase 1 out. I guess that brings me to one of my other points that I've always, it's great we're doing this, because I speak about it, but I never realized that to put it all together. A lot of people come to me because they haven't been able to get something out and running. Like, oh, I've been working with this developer for months, for years, and it's not working for me, and we still haven't got a product out.
Yeah, and they just simply don't understand the difference between a minimum viable product that you can get something out and start working with it and go, hey, are we even on the right track here? Like, do people even care about this? Yeah.
Well, but it's because a lot of the time is when they see something come up on the screen and the developer says, oh, we can do this. Like, oh, well, let's do that. So then that adds extra complexity. And then, so what they end up with is not what they asked for. Definitely not what they want. Certainly what they thought they might like, and it looks absolutely wonderful. It does all these things, but oh my God, it's crap. It's just it's a nightmare. And then they come to me and they say, oh, well, we just haven't been able to launch anything and nothing's working. I'm like, okay, what's the minimum thing? What's the one win I can give you today or in the next 3 weeks that's going to make a lot of this pain go away? And we'll find that one thing. That's what I'll go do for them. Yeah, nice. Try me out, test me out. Take me for a test run. That's the best way of handling it. And once you develop that sort of trust with them, they'll come to you for everything.
Nice, love it. New twist on the one night stand.
Actually, I kind of think if it come back to my place for coffee and we'll see where it goes.
Much cleaner version, yes. Well, and I do find too, though, in with people's tech, you really are, in some extent, when you're trying to figure out what they have in place and how to get the thing done that they want, you really are kind of going to bed with them. It's more than just having coffee, because we're not just talking about this. I need to get in the back end. I need to look at, what you have going on. Is this even feasible based on kind of the systems that you have first off, and then what you've done with the systems?
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, we've got to get into the back end. Absolutely. And you say that to people and they're like, oh, but yeah, I know you're giving me the keys to the castle, but I absolutely need them because I can't help you without seeing it. Right. I've signed my NDA. I've signed confidentiality agreements with you. I'm not going to be reading your emails. I'm too busy to read your
Seriously, emails. We don't care. We just want to know what the campaign looks like. So,
yeah. And I just want to know when they come into your inbox, where the hell are they going?
Right.
Like the client that rang me and said, I'm not getting emails from this email address. I said, well, it's set up okay. Look, let me have a look. I need to log into your email. She said, okay, here's my password. I got in. She'd set up a filter accidentally that deleted everything from that email address. Now,
whoops.
I could have told her to go and look at filters and do this and do that. She's busy. She's got a tech. She doesn't want to do that.
Well, and it's so much easier for you to check 26 things by the time you figure out what the one is, and then just go.
And this is what I did. And I did the little screenshots of how I did it and what I did. Oh, okay. Honestly,
never gonna look at it again.
I doubt she saved them off. Never. I doubt she'll remember the next time it happens, and it will happen again. I'll just get an email going, yeah, how did you fix it last time? So that's my job to remember all that. It's my job to have the knowledge base and the information around that, so that when someone says, I need my system to do X, Y, and Z, I can go, yeah, no, it's not going to do that. we need to go. We need to revamp something here and fix up one of these connection points, because you got nothing at this point.
Yeah. Well, and it is such a black box of tech. Even as simple as receiving emails can be so many things that happen, right? It's the system says that this email has been sent, but it didn't really get sent to you per se. I know a lot of systems do that in order to increase their deliverability stats. And it becomes really annoying when you start to dig into the reality of situations of certain softwares, particular softwares, that are the Betamaistas, and Soho is not one of them. But they really just, I've heard conversations of deliverability between two techs that actually work on servers for deliverability. And I didn't even understand what they were talking about. And I'm a programmer. I should know what they're talking about. I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm looking around going, does anybody else know what they're talking about? Nope, not really.
Yeah, so guys, just bring that back down to plain English and tell me exactly what you're saying, please.
Well, they needed to converse amongst themselves, so we just let them, and it was kind of funny because even the people around them, the techs around them, didn't understand what they were saying really, and it just kind of alludes to the complexities with which these systems, are set up in.
Yeah, and I mean, if you remember, I said earlier, I'll find where a piece of software is breaking down or where a process actually breaks down, and then I'll go and talk to the developer, or I'll go and talk to someone else about this is not working here. Why is this not happening? Now,
which is a totally different conversation than, is your computer plugged in?
Oh, absolutely. And you tend to, I've got a data trace. I've got it coming in. I've actually I've put in a little piece of code into your code that shows me it's coming in here, but it's not coming out here. What the hell is going on, guys?
Yeah. You can't fake that conversation at that level. That was awesome. So give us an example of a Cinderella story of one of your clients.
Oh, gee, I've had a couple.
Nice.
It's actually a client I'm not working with at the moment. I decided to part ways with them a little while ago, which is fine. That's actually one of the best things about, being responsible in business. Well, I mean, so many people get sort of tied up and really, really emotionally involved with something. Sometimes it's better to say to a client, look, we've outgrown each other. I can no longer help you here. You need to find someone else. No, there's no one I can actually recommend, but you really need to find someone else who can help you now get you to the next bit. And that was kind of where we'd got to.
Yep.
But when they came to me, they'd had 2 developers working on their website. It was a 12 gigabyte database. Now, yeah, I know I say that.
Okay, my eyes just popped open.
What?
What the hell is going on in there?
12 gigabyte database. They just had so many businesses and so much information around these businesses stored in their database that they were trying to pull out and display every time. The servers weren't configured correctly. The software wasn't configured correctly. So I took them from it failing every 15 minutes to it ran. It just ran. And then we started looking at, what their next things they wanted to do were and how they wanted to do it. And no, what we've got in place is not going to handle that. We either have to revamp all of this stuff here, or we need to work out another way of doing what you want to achieve. Working out how it had been integrated, because that was one of the reasons I got into Zoho, was they were working quite heavily with Zoho. So everything they did on their website would get replicated back into the Zoho CRM, which is fantastic. Like the amount of database they had, like the amount of data they had was amazing. And then it was just, how do we use all of that? So that was a great Cinderella story for me, because it was, they were in a world of pain, absolute world of pain. I had a phone call from one of the developers who was still working on it when I took it over, and they rang me about 6 months ago and said, I've just looked into that site and that's amazing. That's an astounding job that you've done, that I couldn't have done what you've done. And that to me was kind of like, oh, that's so nice, thank you.
Right. Well,
and then recently the client who just they asked me to do a little bit of work on their website. It should have been a 5-minute job. I couldn't get into their website because they kept blocking me. The host kept blocking me. I don't like doing work on websites unless I've got FTP access or something, so that if something really goes wrong, I can get in to the back end and fix things up in a very techie way. I couldn't get FTP access because it kept blocking me. It kept no, your IP address has been put on a blacklist. So I said to her, look, I can't do this. I'm not prepared to work on your site under these conditions, because if I break it, I can't fix it.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I get that. I totally get that. She said, so what do I do? I said, well, I've got hosting. I can bring you across to my hosting and that will fix it. Okay. So brought her across to my hosting. No, can't change the name servers on the domain names because that's against the terms of service for the hosting provider. This hosting provider just had me sitting there staring at the screen every day going, what world do you live in?
Right.
So okay,
that's when I get Tourette's and I start swearing.
Yeah, I did a lot of walking. I walked kilometers at that point.
No, that's when my 4-letter words come out and get practiced.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. And this lovely client. So I would never swear to her, but yeah, I'd get on the phone to the VAs I work with and my team. This is driving mad. So okay, well, let's transfer your domain names. Get them off of this, put them somewhere where we can actually point the name servers to where we want. I don't care. This is easy stuff. This should not be hard. This should be stuff that I can do in my sleep. Oh no, that was a nightmare as well.
Well, and it's so important people understand who owns their domain, who owns their hosting, who owns the access to it. And a lot of people think, oh, well, it's huge and it's custom to me, therefore it's mine. Like, none of those words said that's yours at all. None.
Don't assume anything. Do not. And a lot of developers I've noticed will go and register a domain for a client and register it in their name.
No name.
And it's like,
even if it's your girlfriend, you don't really want her to do that. I get it. You might not be techy, but you still need to own your domain, no matter what it is.
Yeah, it needs to be in your name. You need to have all of this stuff. So I'll send it off out to people and I'll put on the tops of emails in bright red letters, print this email out, put it in a folder somewhere. You will not need it. But when you do, you will have it.
Give it to your lawyer. When you need it, you know where it is.
Yeah, go down to the post office and put it in a safe deposit box or in one of their boxes
right?
at the post office.
You only need it every 5 years, but when you need it, you'll be glad you have it.
Yeah. So there's a couple of good Cinderella stories.
Nice.
Most of my stories are like that, where they've been having problems. I tend to work second level support, I guess you'd say. So whilst I will work directly with clients, often I will get referrals from other people who are working on them saying, we're having trouble, can you give us a hand?
Nice.
Can you come and be part of the team? And I love that because they get to do all of the client interfacing and the general day-to-day stuff, and I get to work on the things that are important for what I need to do to help them out.
Nice. I love it. So I know our clients are going to want more from you. Our listeners are going to want more from you. Our clients might too. How did they get in touch with you? How did they start their journey with you?
Well, they can visit my website, https://askcharlyleetham.com.au. I'm not going to spell that out. We can put that in the notes.
Yeah, it's definitely in the show notes. Yes.
LinkedIn, Facebook, are two places that I hang out. It is really better to try and contact me via my website though, because you'll go through my CRM and get into all of that information. And from there, we can have a discussion about what it is I can do to help you.
Love it. So I get to ask you at this point, at what point in your life did you know that you were special kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur?
Oh dear. That would have been in 2003, after I had spent that was 20 odd years in business, in corporate, working for a corporate, and I just decided that was it. I'm done. I'm going to go and buy. Would you believe I went and bought myself 2 retail DVD stores? And
Fun.
it was just when DVDs were just hitting the market, so they were new and special, and it was all really good and bright and shiny, and it lasted, I don't know, 2 years.
Yeah.
Special Kind of Crazy. That was a special kind of crazy. I had never worked in retail in my life.
Whoa.
I went and bought two retail stores and managed those along
Wow.
with my ex-partner, my ex-husband, and a couple of other people. We managed those for 4 years, and when that all went pear-shaped, I went, well, I've got to put food on the table for my family, and I've got all these bills I need to pay. What do I have that I can sell to people?
Besides your body.
Well, I ended up selling. I sold my body and my brain, basically.
It pays to be smart.
And I pimped myself out, that
Yep.
was just what it was. I started pimping myself out at that point as someone who could fix problems for you.
Nice.
So that would have been 2003 onwards.
Wow.
A long time now.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Charly, you've been absolutely amazing. Thank you. Any last words for our peeps?
No, well, I really just want people to just think about what it is they're trying to achieve in their business. When you go to your technical people, when you go to your service providers, sure, go and say, oh, look, I want to use X, Y, and Z to do this, but have a really clear vision about what it is you want to achieve when you use that. What is your end goal in all of this? Because when you have that, everything else will fall into place behind it.
Nice. Love it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and I know how valuable it is.
No, thank you so much for having me, Michelle, and thank you to your listeners for listening in.
Awesome. Peeps, this is Michelle Nedelec, your mistress in business. Thank you for being here today. Be sure to subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app so that I can help you get it up when you need me, because we love having you here and help you out. Thank you for listening to the Little Blue Pill for Business podcast with your mistress in business, Michelle Nedelec. Why are you still here? Go to littlebluepillforbusiness.com and get your goodies. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with somebody else that you know would enjoy getting it up in business after you subscribe to the podcast, of course, so you won't miss any future episodes. Now, check the notes for links. Oh, and only tell your wife if she's into this, entrepreneurship. And I'll see you both on the other side.